Hello YouTube and welcome back to Kingdoms of Capuchin. We are in our new Egyptian city and we're going to be kicking off with a time lapse of the two pyramids that we planned on building over here. I'm not going to be doing entrances yet, but I want to start the video because I want to say that I'm going to be planning sort of ruined city temples around the pyramids, as well as a few ruined houses closer towards the pyramids, and this is going to be like it's been built back up. So the idea, we have this main city down here, which has been taken over by the Greeks. The idea being that, you know, the Greeks came along, conquered the Egyptians, and built the new city over on the coast. So I just kind of wanted to get that idea out there and see what people think. If you enjoy the series, I've noticed a lot of people watching these videos in the analytics part are new, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you get notifications when I upload on Mondays and Thursdays, and yeah, leave a like if you think pyramids are cool, because that's what we're going to be building in this episode. Right, I will get on with the time lapse. Right guys, I've brought you in sort of halfway through this time lapse. I kind of don't like what I've gone for. I like the detail that I've gone, where the plaster's sort of falling off and we've got these cracks coming in. This looks good at the bottom, but then this here, it's too shallow. Like the pyramid should be, I think it's a 60-degree angle. Obviously in Minecraft we have to try and work with that, and that's a 45-degree angle, but I don't know. I don't know if it just needs to be made a lot bigger. Like, I feel like the pyramid's too small, maybe. And then we've got this at the top, I'm not too sure about. So I've tried to make it look like, you know, it's a bit thicker on top and it sticks out a bit more, but it just looks so, it almost looks a bit like a dodgy dome, you know, like Taj Mahal kind of Arabian dome thing on top. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of that either on the top. Maybe it's just because of that. Maybe that looks a bit better. You know what? That does look a bit better. Just doing that has helped quite a bit. But again, I'm not a big fan of, you know, this. This still needs a bit of work, I think. And I'm not too sure, you know, how we can blend that in. Maybe just doing stuff like that more, I don't know. But see, it just looks plopped on top, which I guess, you know, is kind of what I was going for, but I don't know. I'm not a fan. I feel like it's either the angle or it just needs to be a lot bigger. Now, if we look at the journey map, we actually do come up here. It's not a bad size. It is pretty big. You can see it's taking up 3 chunks worth there, a 3x3 chunk. So it's taking up 9 chunks of blocks, or a chunk of 16 blocks. So it is big. But is it big enough? I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I'm going to actually leave the pyramid for now. I do like this detail, and this was good to experiment with. I do like the look of this at the bottom. What I might do is work on a little bit of a concept in a flat world, and show you that, guys, in a minute, because obviously I haven't built it yet, but for you guys it will literally just be a quick edit. So I'll probably do that and throw that in there and see what you guys think about a 60-degree angle, a little bit steeper, or whether you think I should stick to this 45-degree and just make the pyramid bigger. Like, we'd keep this as the smaller one, but then probably make this one over here like twice the size if we were going to make that bigger. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a second and let me know what you think about that idea. Okay, so here we are in our flat world, and I think we have a winner. So we definitely don't like the 45-degree angle. This was just way too steep. It was going to end up being twice as tall as it is wide, and it just would have been way too tall. So as soon as I saw that happening, I just gave up. And then this one, I can tell like this is what we're going to go with, and that's why I didn't finish it. I mean, I wasn't doing a complete pyramid. I was just sort of doing enough to get where I was going, and I was near the top, but we can see what we want here. So the way that I'm doing this one now is using vertical slabs, stairs, and blocks, and it's basically going block like this, then we're going to go vertical slabs like this, and then stair block, and that is it. Stair blocks like that, and that is how we're just progressing, just rotating those three out like that. And then when we get to like these corner bits, for example, we're actually using the corner vertical slab, which I'll just throw in like that. Maybe I won't. Why won't it let me place this now? What's going on, Minecraft? What are you playing at? Why can't I place this block? What's going on here? Where's it gone? It's there. Curious. Okay, now it's stopped bugging out. Don't know why that bugged out. Weird. Right, so then for the corners, basically I'm just bringing it along, and then I'll stir block it. It's going to turn. Simple as that. And then again, we just repeat it. So we're going to throw a block underneath there, and then we'll go up one from each direction in the corner. And then we throw in that corner block there, throw some half slabs up on these, and then you'd be placing the stir blocks again, just like this. So there you go. Now that I've shown you the new sort of style that we're going to be using for the pyramid, just to get it to that height, it looks so much better at that height, so much better. I'm not going to bother time-lapsing it out because you're basically just going to be watching me build up a pyramid again, which you've already seen at the start, even though it is a different like angle that we're working with. So, and I just realised I've just destroyed all that, even though I'm going to be deleting this world. So that was a kind of waste. But yeah, so we're going to go cut back to once I've redone the pyramid basically and put more detail in. And now that I've got this, I kind of want to go for a bigger pyramid because looking at it now, it's only small. It is very small still. So we might be building a bigger pyramid in the future. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below about that. And yeah, let's move on with the episode. Okay guys, we're back and the pyramid is built up and textured and it looks beautiful. Still need to do quite a bit of detail. I just used a world edit brush to just change a lot of the blocks, so we've not got any proper detailing work in here. Like, the last one had it in sort of patches and made it look a little bit rougher and stuff. But yeah, so we still need to do that, but I wanted to bring you guys in, and I said I wanted to build a bigger pyramid, so that one over there that was going to be our small pyramid is now going to be the big massive one. And the other thing that I want to do is to get in some mortuary temples and some sort of outbuildings and such. So what I'm going to do with you guys is quickly mark out a little bit of a temple-ish looking area. Now I haven't researched them properly to see what actually goes in them, but I do have an idea. Also, I saw like a design that had a wall around one of the pyramids, so I kind of want to incorporate that into the build. Like, I'm not doing it as a complete ruin, but most of it is going to be ruined. Like, the temples are going to be ruined. The pyramids are still fairly intact. So we're going to have a small building here, I guess, which is going to lead into an entrance into said pyramid. And I want to get this quite central, so I probably should have counted, but we're just gonna eyeball it, and maybe 2 blocks more on this side. Just gonna eyeball it. I'll worry about it being central once the plan's a little bit more roughed out. That doesn't make sense. Once the plan's a little bit more detailed, that makes sense. We're going to have a couple of pillars here and here. Let's try to do the same on this side. So it's about 2 blocks in, and then was it? Yep. Okay, so there you go. So that already needs to go out more. A little bit like me. Need to get out more. Little joke there. More pillars in there. We'll leave this bit central. That's fine. And I think that can stay as a wall that sort of divides these two, come on, sections of building there. I'm not too sure, like, the shapes and what exactly each specific room and section of these pyramid, like, temples would have been. So I'm just completely making this up as I go, which, I don't know, I guess I'm fine with that, because really it's like, it's Minecraft and you should be mixing it up. So let's do that. That's an even number, but that could make something interesting. This I kind of want it to be open now. Again with a pyramid. I keep saying pyramid, pillared courtyard, and we can't have that central because otherwise that happens. So maybe we just leave it like that, and I think we're just going to do 5. Is that 5? Good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That can go out to there, across here, like that, and then this is just going to be like a large sort of court gathering area, where, like, people would come to pay their respects and that sort of stuff to the dead pharaoh. So this is going to be square, but I think at the moment I've built it out as a rectangle. Because like I said, I'm not being precise with like the size and the spacing and stuff. I'm just trying to get a rough plan in. So yeah, so obviously that needs to be like twice the width. But in here again, I'm probably going to go for pillars all around the edge, like here, like that, and then we'll have like a big plaza forum type place in the middle. And I guess that can kind of be it. We can then get maybe a couple of buildings out on the side. So if we bring that out to like there, and then across here, I said across here, and then up to there. And like I said, I want to put this wall around the pyramid, so that's going to be sort of 7 blocks. I've just made 7 up as a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's 8 blocks. There you go. 8 blocks away from the edge, so that's fine. That's in line there, which I want. We'd have the same on that side. So we've got these little rooms. Could even turn that into a room if we wanted to, just to try and keep the shapes sort of fine. Just to add a bit of depth, I'm going to bring that across there. And I kind of want to get this design of, it's not going to work. Right, so we'll adjust the size of this plan so that this, let's just do this instead. That makes it a lot easier. That makes it so much easier. I want 3 windows in here, and I'm going to put like fences or something, or pillars or something in the middle there. So I want that kind of thing going on for these 2 rooms either side. Like I said, that's going to be twice the size. And then we're going to have a massive causeway, and this causeway is probably going to come out to, I'm thinking about 100 blocks. It should be about here-ish, near the edge of town. We also then need stuff like sphinxes and boat pits and kind of stuff like that around. So what I'm going to do now is probably time-lapse this out. I won't be doing any detailing and stuff like that. It'll just be building up the basic shape. And it's going to be a little bit like the normal temples over there, but this is going to be ruined. So we're not going to be building it properly. We're just going to be like, putting holes in some of the walls and maybe smashing some of the pillars down, stuff like that. And I think it's going to look really cool. But yeah, so we're going to have a couple of stuff like that. And then there's going to be like a small abandoned, destroyed village, I think, out to the side here, because you would have had a village for the builders of the pyramid to work on. So we're gonna do that at some point. And yeah, I'm just trying to like fill this space so it's not just dead space of like desert, and then boom, pyramid. Um, but yeah, that pyramid is so small. Um, yeah, I'm really thinking now. I might just take some time and like do a bit more research about these temples, because I don't want to make like a massive temple for a small pyramid. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna make that pyramid over there at least 10 blocks longer, then maybe that should have the bigger temple. There's also a really cool mortuary temple design, which is like 3 layered or something in some cliffs in the mountains, and we've got these cliffs over here, and I don't know whether to do that or not. Like that could be a cool idea, but looking at it now, it's a bit shallow. Not quite as steep as I thought over here. Wow, yeah, it's really not. I thought these were like mountains, but it's just like desert hills. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'll have a little research into what we're gonna do, and if we're not going to go ahead with the time lapse, then you'll be hearing from me again in a few seconds. If we do go ahead with the time lapse, then enjoy the time lapse. I'll see you guys in a second. Hey guys, we're back and we have got quite a lot of the temple done. So we've got nice big pylons at the stunt. I was gonna say at the start and at the front. Okay, about stump. Okay, so we've got nice big pylons at the front, and we can decorate these with some good old pixel art stuff. We then come in through here into this little courtyard area where people could have gathered. We're still going to be building up pillars here. And I was going to put an obelisk in the middle, but then I was thinking this is supposed to be a ruined temple, so we're going to put where the obelisk would have been, and then we can move the obelisk over into the main city over there somewhere, or maybe put it in the Greek city when we get around to building that. In here we have another sort of pillared, this one's going to be roofed, another little pillared hallway, and then this is going to be sort of the chapel where you'd come to pray to the dead pharaoh. There's lots of these little chambers around, and that's going to be sort of like bedrooms and storerooms for like the priests and for the offerings that get made. Not too sure what to do with these two main rooms here yet. I might just put like a little god statue in one of them or in both of them, and then we have the outer wall as well that's going to be around the pyramid, and the entrance to the pyramid is going to be on this side somewhere. Yeah, the other thing is we're going to be doing this ruined, like it's being sort of ransacked and left derelict. So I'm not sure how long ago we're planning on making this, like it was attacked, and how long the Greeks have been in charge of that city over there. So it's not going to be completely destroyed. But we're going to have a bit of this roof crumble down where they've taken some of the pillars away and stuff like that. We can build up a bunch of sand around to like sandstorms hit and it's not being cleared away, stuff like that. I think will really help this stand out. That's going to be about it for this episode, though, guys. I don't really know what else to do at the moment before we can, with the time that we've got left in the video. So what I'm going to do is build all of this up off camera, or as much of it as I can. It took a long time just to do this. And then the next episode, we're going to sort of detail it up a little bit, put in some paint and pixel art on these pylons, doing this courtyard, and maybe doing this intersection as well. I'm not going to be bothering about putting, blocks inside these here, like beds and stuff like that, because again, if it's ruined, there won't be much in here, and I just can't bother with interiors. I just want to build exteriors at the moment. Like, interiors just bore me so much at the moment. I don't know why. I just lose all motivation to do anything when I start doing interiors, so we're going to try and stay away from that, at least for now. And then, as well, once we've done those 3 sections, I guess off camera, I might, add a few, like, walls that have been pulled down and stuff like that. And then we're going to be building another pyramid over here. This one is going to be bigger than this one, and we're going to have another smaller temple complex. And it's basically just going to be a chapel and a courtyard rather than all of this extra stuff. We're not going to have big pylons or anything like that, but I do want to try and build, if we get the journey map up, so this pyramid's going to come out to about here maybe, and the temple complex and stuff, and maybe build a canal going all the way to our river over there. So it's going to be cutting right through this town. We might end up moving that temple now that I'm looking at it. I'm not sure where we'd move the temple, but I'm thinking I want to move the temple somewhere else. Maybe up on this hill, maybe across the river, not too sure. But we're going to have this canal run through anyway, and I think that's going to look pretty nice. Somebody in Discord, because I've posted a picture of the pyramid, was on about a oasis around here. Don't want to do that because it's it's near these hills and we're in the middle of the desert, and I don't think that would quite look right. But we are going to have a lot of lush stuff going on in this town, and like I said, I was debating about bringing this river out and expanding it out. I'm going to have to do that at some point in the near future, because before I start building the town, I definitely want to make this a bit bigger, but that's going to be so much effort. I don't know if I can be bothered. Actually, what I might do is, where the river bends here, I might actually put a river going around like this. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse cursor, but basically through where the town is now, make a river go around, and then we'll have this bit of land in the middle here, and that might be where we can put the temple. That might be a really cool idea. We can make it really lush, trees everywhere, and it looks like the temple's being overgrown by yeah, I love that idea now. That is what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so the next episode, we're going to be finishing off the temple over here, and the episode after that, we'll be working on redirecting the river and stuff like that, and then we can get on to either planning a bit more of the town. We've just done a temple. I don't really want to go back onto another temple. At some point we'll do the other pyramid as well. I'm just getting excited now. Lots of ideas for this little city, and I'm just getting excited about it now. That's it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy it, leave a like, helps small YouTubers out, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.